Greetings everyone, and welcome to MOI. And I'm your host, Reed. And I got a quick little electrical video for you guys. I'm working on our project, and I was getting components together. And let me show you one of the components I got. It's a 400 amp fuse. Now this one, as you can see, is a bit tarnished and stuff like that. It's rusty. Well, not rusty, but tarnished a little bit. And I'll buy used components. Literally like fuses and a lot of other stuff. If it's not blown and looks to be in good shape, they'll work great. Save you a ton of money too. I'm a big fan of saving money where I can. And here's the fuse holder for it. So, goes like this, right? However, there's something very important to do here. When you get these components that have this sort of tarnish and stuff like that, we need a really good electrical connection for this to function properly and not present its own problem. Put a lot of extra resistance in our connections and then burn out the fuse when we don't want it to, right? So a lot of people think, oh, just get a wire brush and scrape that all off. No problem, right? Not exactly the best thing to do. It actually causes damage to the finish and removes some of the protective layer here. And that's not going to be very good. What we can do is apply a compound on this that has a zinc compound in this and an oxidation guard. The zinc will cut through all of the oxidation that's on the layer, especially when you torque it down to the required specs, and then prevent any further oxidation and provide you with a really reliable long-term electrical connection that'll be very trouble-free. And you don't have to worry about accidentally damaging the finish. So let me show you what I use for that. You can find this stuff. It's called Oxide. See, I got a tube here. I usually got open I'm working with, stuff like that. Ideal makes one called Nolox. One of my favorite ones is made by Thomas and Betts, and it's like Connex compound or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but I especially like it because it's non-toxic and no irritation on the skin at all. Some of these others can be a little irritating, but they're not really a problem. Now this is the other stuff you also use when working with aluminum wire, special types of aluminum wire, and I'm going to go over that later. And you can also use this for a lot of auto repair, and I'll be showing that when we repair some of the stuff, or home appliances. Works great for that. Sorry guys, my new friend Asher is talking at me, and he says, "What you doing? What you doing?" Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to take this, get the compound nicely spread across here on the faces I want to mate up to form the connection, and put the bolts on and torque it down. And then I'll test it with my micro ohm meter to make certain I've got a really good electrical connection. All right, I've got this all put on, put every surface on there. It's not on here super thick. Doesn't need to be super thick. We just want a thin coating, and we want it to just sort of break through the oxide as you torque it down. That's all there is to it. Well, let's put this on here and get this all torqued down to specs. All right, we've got this all lined up, ready to be worked on, and for the final touches. Now, I use a torque wrench. Yes, I actually torque these down to the proper specs and not just go really, really tight. Because too tight, well, it damages connectors and can cause a lot of problems. Too loose, and you get end up with arcing and eventually other failures, oxides building up, and fire. Not a good thing. So I actually use a torque wrench, make certain it's right down to the exact specs I need. And we're dealing with up to 400 amps here. I want it to really be on here correctly. All right, there we go. Get a paper towel here and clean up the sides in a minute. First, let's take a look to see what the resistance has come out at. Okay. Not as easy to do it in the air as I thought it would be. That's all right. Okay. We're around 1 to 1.5 micro ohms. Really good. Really good connection. Not at all worried about this having any issues long term. So that's a great way to use older components and not have to worry about a bad connection when you do so. Now this also works great for brand new components and making certain they don't develop a problem long term. And in fact, for anything new, I also make certain to put these compounds in place so I don't have to worry about it. I'm all for the idea of things lasting decades or longer than I will be alive. Hopefully this is slightly interesting to you, and let me know if you like these sort of things. And I've got a video channel I want to shout out here, because I've been mentioning other people to shout out. I just forgot to do it at the beginning, so just got to bear with me here at the end here. It's a nice little channel she has. It's called Small Town Southern Housewife, and I like her channel. She also has a real nice cheery complexion or personality about her, shall we say. And she has a lot of cooking videos, and I like cooking videos. With all these things we store up and all that, I like seeing real cooking from scratch and seeing how to make things. It teaches me all sorts of stuff and gives me ideas for other ways to prepare my food. And being able to have variety in times of disaster, big time help for morale. And plus, who wants to eat the same dish every day for 3 months, right? Ugh, bad. So go check her out. Link should be up here. And say hi. We'll see if she even sees the video. Sometimes people subscribe for a while and I wonder, do they still watch? And then poof, they pop up in the comments and I'm like, oh, hey, haven't seen you in a while. How you been? Well, take care, everyone. I hope this was slightly useful. Let me know if you thought this was good tips or horrible tips and you don't want to see this anymore. Have a great day. Read out for now.